Texas has a growing film industry. Austin had Dazed and Confused, San Antonio, Johnny Be Good, Houston, Apollo 13, and if we play our cards right, Mansfield will have SmallTown Outsiders. Mansfield is a small communal town with an emphasis on tradition. My family and I moved here when I was 3 years old, and ever since then it's been home.
Mansfield, Texas is very suburban, but rapidly growing. It's one of those areas that I feel like there's a mass exodus towards Mansfield.
It's like very family-based, very welcoming. I love it because, it feels like home.
No matter where I go, this will always be my home. I grew up here. Really, it's great to see how Mansfield is growing, and I can't wait to see what it's like in the future.
Major cities across the country now ghost towns.
Large gatherings are now being called off.
When COVID happened, it essentially shut everything down.
I feel like, I don't know, Mansfield had an art scene before COVID, but I feel like everything came to a halt.
And I think that grew within artists an even deeper hunger for creative expression. And of course you can do artistic things on your own, but the camaraderie that the arts brings is unmatched. And I think a lot of people were missing the community.
Without that connection, without being close to each other, you can't do it.
Since I was stuck at home, I caught up on season 3 of Stranger Things, and I was inspired to produce a spoof trailer purely out of satire.
They're here.
We've been making content for a long time at that point together, so this was kind of the regular for us.
It was originally me and Spencer, and that was gonna be it, because usually it's just me and Spencer. He said, nah, I want to add one more person. And then we got Peyton.
Michael called me and said, hey, Gabe and Spencer and I had this idea. And I was like, okay, well, have you guys been quarantining? Like, is this safe?
Peyton was the first person I reached out to outside of Gabriel and Spencer. And then we did it, and Ethan came along, and a few more people came along, and it ended up becoming this kind of decently produced proof of concept.
Why not us?
Gabe was the one that actually reached out to me, and he had asked me, would you be interested? And I was like, absolutely, I am down for that, please. Like, 80s is my thing, yes.
It was just a spoof trailer, a joke that was just a way of helping us fellow actors and filmmakers to really get the train moving because things were slowed down.
I think we really found a sense of camaraderie working with each other on that shoot, and I was like, these are my brothers, for real.
Getting together with friends to just make something creatively again, that's what really drew me in.
We did not really expect for it to blow up.
After releasing it, I think there was an actual hunger for something like that, especially locally. And we saw the opportunity to take the backdrop of a 1980s sci-fi and write our own story atop that. When the initial idea was introduced, there was a lot of skepticism because, again, Mansfield is a place not really known for its film scene. It's pretty skeletal. So coming out of the woodwork saying that I'm going to produce a TV show with virtually no budget entirely here, it did sound a little crazy.
Because, they're like, okay, let's just see what this project's like, Nobody, of course, is going to know.
When the pilot started, I think everyone kind of was at a loss for what to do because this had never been done here before. And there's nothing that I know of that's ever been shot, at least to this scale in Mansfield before. So I think everyone was just kind of like...
But I think once we took a shot on ourselves and funded the project ourselves and shot the first episode, showing that to the public, I think at that point, there was one common shared feeling amongst all those audience members, and it was that the idea of Mansfield being a destination for film seemed entirely possible.
Speaking into existence right now, Mansfield is the next LA.
It was amazing. It's crazy to see something of that level in Texas, especially this side of Texas, like Mansfield. I appreciate y'all for giving us something to enjoy like this.
Mansfield, it's a very close-knit, like, communal type city. We've never really had that before.
I told my whole family about it, and they're like, they're shooting here? Why aren't they going anywhere big, like Los Angeles or something? And they couldn't believe it because nothing really happens here.
Hopefully they get more money to make it bigger.
A lot of people wanted to see it happen. And through that, we got a great investor who invested in the first season and really made what we did possible.
Do you know how much he's donating to the project?
No, bro.
Thank you, Jesus.
He really loves SmallTown, bro. This project is most definitely going to happen. I'm waiting on the city to see what happens with the city. I won't tell you the other amount until if we get approved to get the grant.
I think it was just really overwhelming for me at first because it started with just me, Michael, Gabe, and Spencer in a garage.
It wasn't just the actors and then one light person and then Michael. It was actors, Michael. We had multiple people doing lights. We had a whole production crew.
SmallTown Outsiders was different because up until that point, a lot of our productions were contained. They were very small scale YouTube skits with Gabriel, Spencer, sometimes Josh, and myself. Jumping into SmallTown Outsiders was like jumping from middle school straight into college. It was quite a difference as far as scale.
Oh yes, here she is. It's your friend Thomas.
More like boyfriend.
Would you shut up? Shoot it.
It was a good vibe. I mean, I felt welcomed by everybody at the cast and just meshed in with everybody.
I had been on short film sets before, but I'd never been on a set that big. And I don't think I've ever worked with people and found that sense of like a puzzle came together almost. Like something was missing and we didn't know it and it all just kind of came together.
Just the set life. The set life was fun. Everybody was family. Everybody had so much fun. As soon as you came in, doesn't matter what you are, what background you are, you're always welcome. You always felt you're welcomed into the space.
People were wanting this already to become a real thing, and we did just that. No, we're not ready.
Here we go.
Will I ever be?
Paige reaction. Oh, we just wrapped on the production of SmallTown Outsiders.
And after it actually was given to the public, people were they were loving it.
It wasn't the efforts of just us, it was the efforts of Mansfield's community, of the people in Mansfield. So very much what this project is in general is not just an us project, it's a Mansfield project.
We have so many young people and young creatives and also just a community very devoted to the arts. Like we're even adults and parents and teachers, everyone is pouring into this project in different ways.
Once they found out how like big it's become, like the fan base grew, and of course like seeing it going onto a streaming service, that was like a really like a whoa moment for them.
Going from a proof of concept to streaming on Roku and Tubi, being able to share that moment, the announcement of it being on a streaming service with the people that had been there from the beginning when it was just in its infancy stage. To them to get the feeling of gratification that what they had vested in 2 years ago has finally, that was great.
On Tubi.
Yeah, back now,
My family, they were ecstatic, just alone, that knowing the fact that I was in a show or just any sort of film production.
Emotionally, it provided an outlet, I feel like, for everyone on set to be able to do what they love in that scale.
Students who barely had any outside film experience outside of like college. This gave them something great to put on their resume as well.
Getting real world experience in narrative filmmaking, there basically wasn't any unless you were doing it for yourself. I was able to soak up everything from all these people who have such great experience. As an up-and-coming filmmaker, this was the perfect set to do it on.
When you first graduate college, no matter how much you prepare, it almost kind of feels like you're drowning, like you're floundering in the real world, especially as an actor, because it's all about who you know and networking, but you don't really know anyone yet. No one will give you a chance until you've had one. You know, no one will take a chance on you and put you in front of camera and pay for you to be there unless they know that you can do it. SmallTown they took the chance, you know, it gave me that opportunity. I feel like in every work since then, I've only improved, and I'm glad that my first real experience on set was a really safe experience for me.
Film is a medium that encompasses all forms of art. Writing, acting, costume design, set design, visual effects, digital effects, music, etc. And at the time of season 1, SmallTown Outsiders was able to provide an avenue for individuals from all of those mediums to express themselves. The effects of that caused the name of Mansfield to cross state lines and the name of SmallTown Outsiders to cross state lines and country borders.
It was a lot of opportunities for motivation for any creatives that were in town that didn't have anywhere to go or didn't have anything that they could really get their hands on.
A spark to be able to like read off of other people's like emotions and actually get deeper within it.
I'm really excited for what's to come for season 2. Season 2 is gonna be amazing.
What's exciting for me is the opportunities for each of the characters to have their own plot points, to have their own arcs. Their stories are so human. Like, I feel like anyone can relate to any of these characters.
For season 2, I'm so excited about growth in every aspect. It's been 2 years since we shot season 1, and since then the passion has only doubled for myself and the others attached. The writing has greatly improved, the story has expanded, and the added cast members only elevate the story even more.
I'm excited for all the new people. It's so fun to work with new people. I love all of you, but like, I'm just so excited to see the new energy that's brought to set. Like, I feel like there's just so much excitement. Like, I can feel it buzzing in the air, like right now.
Definitely the behind the scenes. Just being on set, experiencing the different relationships and the different experiences that I'm gonna get in this season alone. Because last season was amazing, but this season I'm definitely looking forward to see what new connections will be made.
A lot of action, there's a lot of drama scenes, there's a lot of connection with the characters.
I feel like SmallTown Outsiders season 2, like I said with some of the other questions, it's definitely gonna add a lot to Mansfield, especially with opportunities in the arts. I personally know a lot of people within Mansfield that are gifted, especially within film and acting, but they just don't have opportunities here, and that's why they go out to major cities like LA and get lost into the crowd. What SmallTown Outsiders season 2 can do is it can bring all the opportunities that are out there in Mansfield.
If season 2 gets produced, I truly believe it'll take us a step closer into bringing the Mansfield Hollywood dream into a reality. We've been talking to other indie film companies on how we can pool resources and bring this show to a level that wasn't achievable before in the indie film scene here in the DFW area. Just the thought of what this project could be if produced is exhilarating.
I think we've really just been having to prove ourselves almost this whole time, prove that we can. With the concept trailers, proving that we could. With the pilot, it was proving that we could do that. With season 1, it was proving that we could. I think season 2, now it's time to have some fun.
Dear Mansfield, comma, if this project, when this project gets the funding that it deserves and when it grows the way that it should be, it will literally put Mansfield on the map.
This show alone has created this very strong foundation of passion and love and support that none of us truly knew was capable. If just a simple indie 80s show can do just that in a town, let alone other cities, that is proof enough that this show deserves the funding and the attention and the support.
If this series is produced, which I'm hoping it would be, it can really help a lot of people achieve their dreams.
I mean, come on now. It's the next big thing. Come on.
It's truly incredible that we've done what we could with no budget and like little tiny budget. Like, imagine the scale of things we could do if we've been able to do that with nothing.
It's gonna be something that nobody can touch in due time. But dear Mansfield, please listen to that. Yours truly, Gabriel D. Hill. Yeah.
I truly believe Small Town Outsiders deserves the budget and the attention it's seeking because of what it's trying to do. It's not just a one-time project, it's an ongoing story with so many creative people attached. I mean, the actors alone are so passionate about the material and the characters they're portraying, and the collaborative opportunities that come from this are unmatched. For season 1, we worked with people from San Antonio, Dallas, Fort Worth, Los Angeles, Mexico, Italy, Australia. And for this second season, we plan to work with even more localized organizations like Ben Barber, STEM, and the Mansfield Commission for the Arts. Small Town Outsiders is a calling card for creatives and a platform for citywide communal stimulation. I mean, to have this many people at the same time in the same city passionate about one single project is too amazing to overlook. And if given the resources, Small Town Outsiders, for however many seasons God allows, could be a city-owned project that we can all look back on and be truly, truly proud of. Because the excitement that I saw in the eyes of the kids and adults on set and as viewers, I've never seen anything like it. Investing in something that has that much, that broad of a communal response is only smart. And we're just so blessed and happy to be at the helm of that.